Hi everybody! Hi Noa!
Hi Gil!
Welcome to a brand new series of videos, of God Academy videos, philosophy videos with our very own Dr. Noa Leibowitz.
Hi.
How are you doing?
Great, thank you. Thank you so much for inviting me.
You're welcome. So we're gonna kick off this series, I think you should come a little bit closer, with a great movie.
It's the Truman Show!
It's amazing that it was made before the year 2000, right? It's like 97 or something?
Yeah, 98.
98.
20 years ago.
Amazing. It predicts so many things.
It's even more relevant today than it was
Yes,
back then.
exactly. Exactly. With all the
Incredible.
Big Brother shows, reality shows.
So there's a ton to talk about, but we want to focus on the philosophical point of view. You're a doctor of philosophy.
Yes, this is what I am.
I'm a layman philosopher, a couch philosopher.
Yes.
From my point of view, it seemed that the main theme of the movie
Yeah.
was what is real, what is not real.
It's all true. It's all real. Nothing here is fake. Nothing you see on this show is fake.
How can we know what is the truth?
It's a timeless, amazing film, but it's not surprising that this is such a timeless film because it's actually based on a timeless, very famous fable by Plato called the Cave Fable. It talks about these people. They're born in this cave and they're tied with their hands and legs in front of a wall. Behind them, there's a fire. There are people walking, holding these images.
Their shapes create an intricate shadow play on the wall in front of the prisoners. This is the only world that the prisoners have ever known. The shadows and the echoes of unseen objects.
Let me ask you, why do you think that Truman has never come close to discovering the true nature of his world until now?
We accept the reality of the world with which we're presented. It's as simple as that.
They do science on these silhouettes, and you know they try to predict. You know, this silhouette always come after this silhouette. They have also you know very good predictions. Their predictions are similar to our predictions that we make. You know, when we do science, right? They learn from experience. They, you know, they see regularities. They make predictions. Maybe they even explain them. They have theories, scientific theories, whatever.
Television won't last. It's a flash in the pan. There will never be a bigger plane built. Y2K will bring the end of the world. A rocket will never leave the Earth's atmosphere. The automobile is only a novelty, a fad. 640 kilobytes ought to be enough PC memory for anybody.
But at some point in the fable, in Plato's fable, someone is forced, they cut off his chains, and they force him to turn his head. And it's an important part of the fable that he doesn't want to look. They force him, you know, to look back. No one wants to leave the cave. But also Truman, he doesn't want to know, right? So many clues he had in the past, and it never occurred to him.
Truman! It's television! Yes! Yes! I did it! We're on the Truman Show!
Something in his life pushed him out. So it might be, you know, his dissatisfaction from his relationship with his wife, his dissatisfaction from you know, his job, you know, the mediocrity of midlife crisis, whatever. Yeah. It's not the truth that opened his eyes. It's something else. Something forced him to look. I mean, the question is, why now? Why not before? Why not when the, you know, the big light thing, you know. How much we don't want to see what's right in front of us. How much we need to be pushed into the truth. Just like Truman needed this satisfaction. His wife wanted a kid. He didn't want a kid. He doesn't love her.
Don't you ever get antsy?
He needed out. It's not the signs.
Where's there to go?
Fiji. Be an adventure.
I thought we were going to try for a baby. Isn't that enough of an adventure?
That can wait. I want to get away.
But let me ask you a question. How do you know that you're not in a Gil's show?
That is the same.
Kidron show, like a big, huge hoax designed to make you feel as if all you see and feel is real. How do you know?
So this is why there are cameras over here?
There are no cameras.
They're watching
Why
me.
do you think there are no cameras here? Seriously, no. This is
How do I
seriously.
know?
How do you know? How do you know? How do you know that I'm not an actress and that your parents are your real parents and that your brothers and sisters are your real brothers and sisters and that everything you see is real and it's not a bunch of actors doing everything to make you, or even, just a figment of someone's imagination and you're in it or something. How do you know?
So in my service in the Israeli military, I served in the military intelligence. And this is so complex with advanced futuristic technologies and all kinds of bunkers and stuff. There's a reason why he's an insurance agent, because this is just simple. But no one would invent such an elaborate, crazy world and put me in there. You could just have me do something else.
Everything you judge is from your own perspective and from your own world. But but actually you know nothing. Yeah. So what you think is complicated might not be complicated in someone else's eye. It's important for me to stress that it's not just a matter of a philosophical thought experiment. Like, do we really know that we're not in a show or in the Matrix or something? It's something that should concern us on a daily basis. I know that I'm not in a dream.
You ever have that feeling where you're not sure if you're awake or still dreaming?
All the time.
But how do you know that your friends actually like you? How do you know that your colleagues at work really respect? But how do you know they're not faking it?
And also Christoph tells him there's as much truth in your world as there is in the outside world, and vice versa. Fakeness and realness. And also his relationships, except with his friend, they are all very clearly fake. People talk in a fake way. It's kind of maybe a criticism of whatever middle-class suburban America, also very polite.
Good morning!
Morning. Good morning.
Oh, and in case I don't see you, good afternoon, good evening, and good night.
Hi, we should get together. We should have lunch sometime. How can you differentiate those people who tell you the truth than, those who don't?
And the last thing I'd ever do is lie to you.
And the last thing that I would ever do is lie to you.
I think it's also kind of like a journey movie, like he becomes a teenager in many ways, and he just like rejects authority. No, this is not true, this is not true, this is not real.
So in one sense, his whole life is a scam, it's a lie. Nothing is real. But on the other hand, everyone else are fake, and he is the only one who's real, right? So this raises an interesting question about what exactly is real. I mean, is the outside reality, the things we can see and touch, the things we can, the people that we talk to, is this real? Or is it something about ourselves and how we behave with ourselves? So it's obvious that his best friend is so unreal and his wife are so unreal, but he was real, he was honest with them and with himself. And the minute he started suspecting, he wanted out, right? He didn't want to continue this life of lie.
Right.
In a sense, just as Christoph says in the end,
Was nothing real?
You were real. It's what made you so good to watch. Listen to me, Truman. There's no more truth out there than there is in the world I created for you.
But when he realizes that it's all scam, he doesn't know who he is.
Then who am I?
I thought I was this guy that lived here and I had all these traumas, but no, they're all fake. And by the end, when he touches the wall, first of all, the wall, I think it's beautiful that it's clearly imperfect. It's the realest thing in the movie. You see the little cracks and he touches the wall and you feel like finally he's touching something real.
Yeah.
So he didn't want that fake reality.
Yeah.
He wants this fake reality. This is not real. I am not this. I'm gonna be this. I'm gonna go through that door. Don't know what kind of person I'm gonna be on the outside. but he prefers this.
Yeah, that's a huge decision. And I think you touched also on something very interesting.
Of course I did.
Yeah, of course you did.
I do this for a living, come on.
And this is like a different issue from what we discussed so far. The thing about personal identity, right? So what constitutes the person you are? It's your family, it's your friends, it's your history, it's your memories, right? Everything, all this, constitute what Kidron is. And imagine now you discover everything was a lie. There's nothing, left for your personal identity. So it's not just that he needs to give up the world that he grew up in, the world that he knows, the world that is familiar to him. He also needs to give up on everything he knows about himself.
Right, his sense of self, basically.
His sense of self, and he needs to develop it, from the start. So it's a very hard decision that he had to make there, and it's a very brave decision, I think, that he had to make there. And I have to say, I'm not sure I would make this decision myself.
Out of compassion, this newly enlightened man decides to leave the sunlit upper world and makes his way back into the cave to try to help out his companions, who are still mired in confusion and error.
And he tells them, listen, this is nothing. This is a lie. There's a real world out there. And what do?
They stay.
They stay and they mock him, and they think he's crazy. And
On the radio, on the way to work, start following me along, talking about everything that I'm doing. You know what I mean?
Now, Truman, look, this is one of your fantasies.
I think this is about my dad.
Your dad?
I think he's alive.
But you know what? When you just said that he finds out that everything about himself was a lie, so I had like this, but in just like a minuscule example.
Yeah.
So I went to the Ministry of Interior for some reason a few years ago.
Yeah.
I was born in Athens, Greece, but my father was there.
You were born in Greece?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
My family was there because there was we sent from the government, whatever, the foreign ministry.
Oh, your father was a spy.
זה היה בלי עכשיו, שיהיה ברור, שזה לא נכנס.
No, because it's interesting. So your father also, lived in a lie. Maybe this actually, brings home my, starting question. It might be that you're
okay, but we can't talk about my father now. Okay, let's go. So I was born there, but under whatever we were sent by the Israeli government, and then the family came back. Okay, so I happened to be born there.
Yeah.
So I was there at the Ministry of Interior, and she tells me you are an old immigrant of Greece. I'm registered as an immigrant. I'm like, no, I was just born there because the government sent my father, but I was always Israeli. I wasn't ever Greek.
Wait a minute, I didn't say you were an immigrant in Israel?
Yes, I'm considered an immigrant, and I was like, no, I'm not an immigrant. I'm an Israeli born and raised. It's really, I felt it was attacking my sense of identity.
Identity, yeah.
That I immigrated here when I was 3.
Yeah.
No!
Amazing, yeah.
So for him,
so
just
how did
to
you
take
feel?
this, I felt really annoyed. I called my parents, I called my friends. I'm like, no, I'm not an immigrant.
Yeah.
So just, you take that minuscule thing that it's meaningless and make that 100% of your life. No wonder he got crazy.
Yeah, yeah. This is one of the reasons why his choice in the end was so difficult. It's not just giving up on the world he knows. It's also giving up on himself.
He was ready to die.
Is that the best you can do? You're gonna have to kill me!
He was ready to die. And exactly, in a way, he died once he stepped out of there, because he died and he's now going to to reborn. But this is what he's doing. He's giving up on Truman, the old Truman, and he's building something anew.
That's his slave name. He's gonna have a new name now. So it's like, give me liberty or give me death.
In case I don't see ya. Good afternoon, good evening, and good night.
Tell me in the comments, is this real life? Gil at the dentist. Thank you, Noa.
Thank you.
Let's do another one. Did you have fun?
Yeah,
really?
very much. Yeah. Yeah. No.
No, but are you just saying that you had fun and now you're just
No, I had a great time.
If it's the truth or not the truth? No, I know who you are.
No, you don't. You think you know who I am.
Okay. So thank you everybody for watching, and check out our Patreon page. We're gonna keep going strong. 12 months a year, not just Game of Thrones, all kinds of stuff, all kinds of stories. So check it out, patreon.com/GothAcademy, and let us know in the comments what other stories, movies, or shows you would like Dr. Noa here to break down with us from a philosophical point of view. So thank you everybody for watching. I'll see you all next time. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Cease transmission.
Ceasing transmission.
You want another slice?
No, I'm okay.
What else is on?
Yeah, let's see what else.
Where's the TV guy?
Goth Academy is sponsored by our patrons.